Dear students, today we will discuss International Monetary Fund (IMF). International Monetary Fund is an international organization. At present, 189 countries are the members of IMF. Its headquarters is located at Washington DC, USA. It was set up to stabilize the exchange rate of international trade. It helps member countries improve their balance of payments through adequate liquidity in the international market, promote an increase in global monetary cooperation. IMF is one of the Bretton Woods twins who came into existence in December 27, 1945. It is administered by 189 countries, and these countries are also accountable for its functions. Lastly, Nauru joins the IMF as a 189th member in 2016. When we about the origin of IMF, the origin of the IMF goes back to the days of international chores of the 1930s. During the Second World War, plans for the construction of international institutions for the establishment of monetary order were taken up. At the Bretton Woods Conference held in July 1944, delegates from 44 non-communist countries negotiated an agreement on the structure and operation of the international monetary system. The article of agreement of the IMF provided the basis of the international monetary system. The IMF commenced financial operation on 1st March 1947, though it came into existence on 27 December 1945 when 29 countries signed its article of agreement. Today, the IMF has near global membership of 189 member countries. What are the objectives of IMF? When we talk about the objectives of IMF, according to Second Amendment to the Article of Agreement of International Monetary Fund, the main objectives of IMF is first, international monetary cooperation. The foremost objectives of the fund was to establish monetary cooperation amongst the various member countries. IMF provides the machinery for consultation and collaboration on international monetary problems. During the Second World War, IMF has played a vital role to promote monetary cooperation amongst the different countries of the world. Second objective, to promote exchange stability. Before the Second World War, great instability was prevailing in the foreign exchange rate of different countries, which has adversely affected the international trade. Thus, IMF has the objective to promote exchange stability and avoid the bad effects of depreciation on exchange rates. Third, to eliminate exchange control. Another significant objective of IMF is to eliminate the control our foreign exchange during war period. Almost every country has fixed the exchange rate at a particular level. This has adversely affected the international trade. Hence, it becomes inevitable to remove the control of our exchange rate by boosting international trade. The fourth objective is establishment of multilateral trade and payments. IMF aimed at establishing and multilateral trade and payment system in place of old bilateral trade by the elimination of exchange restrictions, which hampers the growth of smooth trade relations in the world. The next objective is growth of international trade. IMF is useful to promote international trade by removing all obstacles and bottlenecks which has created unnecessary restrictions. In this way, a significant role has been assigned to it so as to accelerate the growth of international trade by maintaining equilibrium in the balance of payment. The next objective is balanced economic growth. IMF helped the member countries to achieve the balanced economic growth. It facilitates the expansion of balanced growth by the promotion and maintenance high level of employment as the primary objectives of economic policy. For most purposes, IMF helps to exploit natural resources and to put into productive channel. The next objective to remove the disequilibrium in the balance of payment. Expansion of capital investment in developed countries, generation of higher employment and income, to develop confidence, help during emergency, and last, shorten the duration and lessen the degree. In accordance with the above, it shortens the duration and lessens the degree of disequilibrium in the international balance of payment of member countries. When we talk about membership, then the fund has two types of members as stated below: original members and ordinary members. All those countries whose representatives took part in Bretton Woods Conference and who agreed to be the member of the fund prior to 31st December 1945 are called the original members of the fund. All those who become its members subsequently are called ordinary members. However, any country can cease to be its member after giving a notice in writing to that effect. IMF can also terminate the membership of such a country as does not observe its rule in 1947. The number of member countries was 40, but presently there are 189 countries as members. When we talk about organization and management of the fund, the management of the fund is carried out by the Board of Executive Directors under the direction of Managing Director. There are 21 Executive Directors of the Board, out of which 7 are permanent and 40 are elected from the remaining members. The permanent members are from the USA, UK, France, Germany, Japan, Italy and Canada. IMF has 2 bodies of management, Board of Governors and Board of Directors. Every member countries appoint 1 governor to participate in the meeting of the Board of Governors. The Board of Governors makes the general policy to carry on day-to-day working of IMF. The Board of Directors of the IMF holds the meeting at the office in Washington. One of the directors is designated on the Managing Director of IMF. He is the Chief Executive. When we talk about the functions of IMF, the IMF does a number of supervisory works relating to financial dealing between different countries. IMF's function can be broadly classified into various categories. First, surveillance our members' economic policies. In becoming members of the IMF, countries agree to pursue economic policies that are consistent with the objective of the IMF. The Articles of Agreement confer on the IMF the legal authority to oversee compliance by members with this obligation, making the IMF the only organization that has a mandate to examine on a regular basis the economic circumstances of virtually every country in the world. The second functions, financing temporary balance of payments. The Articles of Agreement enables the IMF to lend to member countries that have a balance of payments need to provide temporary respite and enable countries to put into place orderly corrective measures and avoid a disorderly adjustment of the external imbalance. Next function is combating poverty in low-income countries. The IMF provides concessional loans to low-income members countries to help support these countries' efforts to eradicate poverty. In this venture, the IMF works closely with the World Bank and other development partners. The next function is to mobilize external financing. IMF endorsement of a country's policy serve as an important catalyst for mobilizing resources from bilateral and multilateral lenders and donors. They rely on the IMF endorsement of a country's economic policies or might even require a formal IMF support economic program before committing or dispersing their own resources to that country. The next objective is strengthening the International Monetary Fund, increasing global supply of international reserves, building capital through technical assistance and training. Thus, we can say that International Monetary Fund is a international financial organization which regulates the economic stability of its member countries, help these countries to overcome economic crisis, and support to generate income and employment. Thank you.